Right, so I managed to track down a head which has the cams in it, because I didn't want to really risk it with that intake cam. And it came from a unfinished project from a breaker's yard, so it looked like it had some work done to it. It's been skimmed, valves have been cleaned, so maybe even lapped. So initially I wasn't really sure what I was gonna get, but it looks fairly decent. Cams look good, no issues, no damage to them. And I just went to test the sealing on the valves, and initially 1 and 6 were leaking slightly, but then I just cleaned the surfaces, the seats and the valves a bit better, and this stayed overnight, and no major leakage, so they should be fine. Now, since the head is already out, I was really keen on having a better look of what's inside, and I removed some valves of my old head, and if you look inside, there are a lot of machining features and weird edges. Not sure if they're gonna be visible on camera. Down there, that's a big edge, and there are a few places where it could be retouched, refined. Not talking about porting or anything crazy, just blending in the surfaces for a smoother flow. And again, I was thinking of shaving this valve seat just a bit to get it closer to the port, the actual port shape, to manage the flow better. So that's the intake port. Not sure if I'm gonna touch the exhaust port, which is more critical in terms of cooling and stuff like that. I wouldn't wanna mess it up, but I will probably have a look. These are my Chinese rotary bars I got for not too cheap. They look decent. Let's see how it goes. Started working on the replacement head, trying to clean up some of the casting features and smoothing out some of the edges. So I did so far 1 and 2. This is how it actually looks, with some weird edges all over the place. Of course, it's not very clear, but There's quite a difference. Try to see this side. I did 1 and 2 so far. Have the rest to do, but now I have the practice and know what to do, so it's gonna go. Should go faster. And on the exhaust, that's the intake side. On the exhaust side, probably gonna do something similar, but not as big of a job, so should go quicker. For this I'm using this Chinese rotary tool burrs. Surprisingly not too bad, but my rotary tool is another Chinese crap. It wobbles all over the place because it's so long. So I'm just using my drill, which is not great, but does the job. I have to finish all my intake ports. But I'm gonna try to shave those guides a bit. Just round them off a bit because it's quite time consuming. And I started on the exhaust side as well. It's quite dirty, it's not as bad as the intake in terms of cleaning up, but yeah, just gonna clean off some of the edges, stuff like that. That's how a normal port looks like. There are some edges. So yeah, I'm gonna finish up with that. Gonna finish my port cleaning, intake and exhaust. Still need to clean them really well. But I wanted to clean up the valve seats a bit, and some of them have quite a bit of stuff on it, which doesn't really come off that easily. And we don't have some spots of rust. So just decided to do a bit of lapping or grinding. All my valves, and I have my compound. I'm gonna use the fine grade and just do a light grinding, which I did on the first ones, intakes and exhaust. And yeah, they look much better and cleaner. So I'm gonna have to do that for all of the rest. Started putting my rods and springs back. I thought it might be a bit tricky, and it is. But once you get the technique, it's not too bad. And later I kind of realized these retainers are actually slightly magnetized, which makes it a lot easier with placing them with a screwdriver. They're quite small and fiddly to put on, but not too bad. Recently I received my 6-speed gearbox here on the left. Came from a 320D. Being a diesel has shorter ratios, but it has a 6th overdrive, which will definitely help with top speed and cruising. Gonna need a flywheel and clutch to match this, and to shorten the prop shaft.